Hey everyone, this is a real weird, not a mixed related episode. When I first got started doing these things, I did one on Prince, who is one of my favorite artists of all time, and I put it up on. I normally Facebook stream these first, then I put it up on YouTube, and it was copyright struck, like it was on Facebook, like they always automatically do. But it was released. I actually was the first one I appealed for on Facebook, and it was released, and they said it was okay to use it the way I would use everything else. But when I put it up on YouTube, it says no, you can't use this, and it put a 30-day copyright appeal on it, and it said it was completely blocked. And I got it's really funny. I cracked the shits. It was fine. It was nothing to me in the long run. But this was only the 10th episode that I'd done. And so what precedes is a video, a very cute video of me getting pissy about copyright stuff. And I do walk you through the process on how to, deal with that when you do get a copyright strike on YouTube for a song, especially for a reaction style video. Which I point out in the video. I'm not the only one doing these. There are a lot of great channels that are doing these things. A guy named Home Studio something, Rick Beato's been doing them, and he also, it's really funny to see Rick Beato get upset about the copyright stuff too, considering he probably produced a lot of the records that he's reacting to or even playing. But yeah, there's lots of guys doing them. There's guys doing Michael Jackson ones as well as Queen ones, the ones I've been doing as well. And it's fine, they like to pose for the thumbnail and stuff like that, and they're doing it and they're having a great time on YouTube and them, doing their thing. But I'm just here to pull these songs apart. But I got really pissy about this one because I love Prince. And I love Prince with all the respect in the world, and I just felt like I got dogged on this one after the way that the estate had handled some of the things that I believe would have been against Prince's wishes. And then I got dogged for trying to react to one of his songs from the Purple Rain album. I'm going to leave you with this. Do stick around to the end. After the end credit thing, there's a resolution. I'll tell you exactly what happened with the thing now that the 30 days is up and I can release the video. So I'll put that one to appear at the same time as this one does, so that you can skip this one completely and not have to deal with it. Go watch the Prince Let's Go Crazy multi-track reaction. Yeah. All right, I'll leave you to it. Enjoy this little thing if you want to stick around. I expect no views on this. I really don't care. All right, I'll talk to you in a moment. Bye. Just for something a little different today, I'm uploading a few videos to YouTube from the Facebook streams that I've originally done, and just adding them up there just because, people seem to like them so far, and I figure I'll just chuck them on there and people can give them a look. I'm not making anything out of them. All the copyright claims, and this is part of the main part of the video. So every single time I have done a video on a multi-track breakdown, I have had a copyright flag from the owner of the copyright, which is normally one of the big seven, or whatever they're called these days, record labels, whether it be Sony, EMI, Universal, Warner, etc. And every single time out of the 18 episodes up to this point that I have done, the copyright claim has been released, meaning that my use of this property has been modified enough that it falls under the Fair Use and Fair Use Act, where I can continue to use it. And when I re-upload these to YouTube, it does come up and say copyright claim, and then it says this company has put a copyright claim on your video, and it just means that you can't monetize the video. And if you do, well, any ads that are run on your video, that money will go directly to that record label for the music. And I'm like, fair enough, absolutely 100% prepared to do that. Not a hindrance on the stuff I want to do. Doesn't bother me. I think it's fantastic, and I think I'm really happy to be able to contribute to giving money to these guys for the work that they've done, and I love that, and I think that's fantastic. I'm going to flick over to the back end of my YouTube here for a second, and now it's not really a professional channel. This is just my personal stuff. I used to post my shit on there. But we can see, besides some unlisted videos, we have the Killer Queen video, which was 01, 02, 03, 04, 05, 06. So at this point, I'm only up to episode 10. And so tomorrow morning, a premiere is going up for Genie in a Bottle, which is, quite a bit behind where we're actually at. And you can see there's a copyright claim there. Copyright claim is normally pretty cool. Down at Holiday Madonna, there's none, and I'm Real Jennifer Lopez, there's none, and it analyzes this. YouTube analyzes this as it goes. There's no likes on any of these videos. There's no comments because realistically, no one gives a shit, and I'm okay with that too. I'm not chasing views. I'm not chasing anything out of there. The only reason I'm doing this is because I want to learn more about these songs that have been really successful. Yeah, it looks like the people are loving the Michael Jackson one, comparatively to the rest of them. But I'm fine. I'm fine with not having any views or any of that because I don't really care. That means I care more than anything else, and I'm, condensing it down and acting like I don't give a shit. But when we go up to have a look at this Let's Go Crazy Prince one, we've got blocked. The copyright claim says blocked. These copyright claims, so let's say Treasure Bruno Mars. Let's see what the details are. Your video is ineligible for monetization due to copyright claim. Review details and dispute the claim. If you believe this is an error, revenue is held separately until a dispute is resolved. And we go, okay. I don't want to dispute that. I don't care. Bruno Mars can take my money because Bruno Mars has made this song. Bruno Mars is the only reason I did that video. Bruno Mars can have that money. Take it, Bruno. Take it, please. Hey, call me. I'll give it to you. The 4 cents you'll get from the 12. You wouldn't even get 4 cents from 12 views. And the Prince one was also released on the Facebook stream. Warner unblocked the video and was allowed it to happen. Obviously, Warner's really, and the Prince estate is really, and I love that because they should probably be a little more about releasing stuff that he didn't want released. But hey, I'm the beneficiary of that, so I'm not going to comment too much on that. So let's go check out this one here. The video is blocked. The video contains copyrighted material. As a result, it has been blocked worldwide. That's pretty cool. Copyright claim. This video was found to contain copyrighted material. As a result, it has been blocked worldwide and is not eligible for monetization. Review details and dispute the claim if you believe it is an error. Revenue is held separately until dispute is resolved. Now, this one here I'm going to dispute because it's blocked, and I think it's one of my... I love Prince so much, and I've shown you this in the episode. If you can see, I don't know if you can, I have a little Prince tattoo here on my wrist here because I love Prince that much that I'm prepared to have his name on my body for my life. Let's see the details here. The channel impact. The channel is not affected. The visibility of this video is blocked. Monetization is ineligible, which I am fine with. I'm totally fine with. I have a normal job. I can have money on my own by not worrying about this. This is for fun. Let's Go Crazy Special Dance Mix Prince and the Revolution, which is, the special dance mix is obviously that long extended version of that video, which is totally fine. That's exactly what is being used. Yes, the content is being used. The claim type, music, impact on the video cannot be seen or monetized. Blocked in all territories. The copyright is Warner Brothers, Warner, Rhino off roster audio. What? Content found during 33, 35, 34, 43. That's 1 and a bit minute. That's 1 and a bit minutes. Let's play the segment. Come on now. I want to play the segment. I don't know if that's going to happen. But either way, hang on, we'll just go to the sound real quick. All right, that's going to work now if it's going to work at all. See, I won't even play the segment. It's so blocked. But either way, the segment is just over a minute. That's what the video is being blocked for. So let's just go through what happens now, because I want to see if this happens. Select an action. I can either trim out the segment, replace the song, mute the song, or dispute it. Let's dispute. Remember that the following are not valid reasons to dispute the Content ID claim. I own a copy of the song or video. Buying a CD, DVD, or song does not give you the rights to use it in a video. And I agree. That's totally fair. I'm not making money from my video, which I'm not. Even if you don't monetize your video, you may still need permission from the copyright owner to use their material. Also valid. I 100% agree with that one. Totally. But I gave credit to the copyright owner. Posting a disclaimer in the video or description doesn't mean you've got the rights to use the copyrighted material. And I agree with that. Of course I do. Of course I agree with that. That makes perfect sense. If somebody was doing it with my stuff, and I would say the same. Now, I'm going to tick this box here. I haven't been through this yet. I'm just going through this with you. But my dispute is not based on any of the reasons above. I'd still like to dispute the Content ID claim. Click that and let's continue. All right, now what's the go? Select the main reason you're disputing this claim. You're disputing this claim. Is it original content? The content claimed in my video is my original content and I own all the rights to use it. Well, that's not true. I own some of the rights to use some of it because most of the video is me talking shit with my visuals that I've made, the space background, the wording, the name, the branding, and all that kind of stuff. That's mine, and that's 50% of the video. The other 50% is the sound. Now, of that 50%, you've got me talking shit, and then you've got me playing back separated segments of their song. So there is a version, if you take away the video and have a look at the audio, and then you trim out all the bits I speak and put them together, and trim out all the bits that I play and put them together, and you figure out what the ratio is, that it contributes to the other 50% of the video. So it might be 50%, which is my visuals, and then 50%, which is made up of 20% of their music and 30% of my music. It's still 80% mine. So that would be original content, but still I'm using their stuff, remember. License. I have permission or a license to use the content claimed in my video. I don't. Unless you wanted to count that Facebook permission that was given to me when the copyright claim was removed. Is that permission? I don't know. So we're going to just make a new claim to see if that works. Copyright exceptions such as fair use. Now this is what we're probably going to go with. I've significantly transformed the content claimed in my video. The video is protected by fair use, fair dealing, or similar exceptions to copyright. Now, I'm not the only person in the world that's doing this stuff. There are people doing it way better than me. They've been doing it way longer. They're doing it way more in depth, and they've got way more knowledge than I do. And, the only reason I decided to do this is because I got a new computer and I knew that I had the access to all the stuff to put it together and actually be able to do it. I didn't go out and actively copy anybody, but realistically, it's not an original idea. Other people have done this before. Dr. Mix does it as he recreates it, and there's a guy out there who I can't think of his name, but he does reactions, and he puts like the clickbait title over the screen with the yellow and the fucking stuff, and it's fantastic. But I feel like that's what we're going to do. It's definitely not public domain. The content claimed in my video is not in the public domain. So, this is protected by copyright. Warner owns this, Prince's estate. He was managed by Warner. That's where he changed his name, the whole thing. They took his name from him. Anyway, let's continue and see what happens. Fair use. Each case is different. There's no magic formula to determine whether you're protected by an example to copyright, such as fair use or fair dealing. In general, courts look at the degree to which you've transformed the original content into something new and unique. You may want to get some legal advice if you're uncertain about disputing. Now, I'm 100% certain about disputing because I've done this at least 17 times before, plus every other time during the Facebook uploads. Even though I haven't actually done the dispute case, I know that these falls within a legal standing. Types of reuse that may be okay. Parodying or commenting on an original work may be protected by an exception to copyright. Now, I'm commenting on an original work by pulling these songs to pieces individually and listening to what makes them up as a whole. Makes them up individually, turns them into a whole. What am I talking about? You know what I mean. I'm commenting on an original work. I am commenting on it for 40 minutes in some cases, an hour, This is why we're going to dispute it. Such as fair use or fair dealing. Examples include reviewing a song, which is what we're doing, or playing short clips to illustrate your argument. That's exactly what I'm doing. I've never played an entire full track back-to-back, front to end on this little project I'm working on. Common misconceptions about fair use. Let's hear them. Giving credit to the copyright owner doesn't mean that you haven't infringed their rights, and your video is not protected just because you don't monetize it. Keep in mind that many countries have specific sets of exceptions to copyright, which are different from fair use, which is totally fine. You can click on here, learn more about fair use. I don't think I need to learn too much more about fair use to know where I stand with this one. I mean, although the stuff that I did learn about copyright was 15 freaking years ago, after witnessing the H3H3 versus Matt Hoss case and watching that unfold over the course of almost 2 years, I think it was. I mean, the actual case was a few months, but watching that unfold for years and years, and even still hearing them talk about it, you can know after that massive blowout of that case, it nearly changed everything. And it's just because one guy got butthurt about people doing things with their videos, but you can now use those as a content reaction. So I'm going to tick this box that says, I believe my video is protected under fair use, fair dealing, or similar exceptions to copyright. Let's click it. Continue. All right. What's this? Type of reuse. I'm going to say it's a reaction video, I would say, or an education or entertainment. It's so many of those things at once. It's review, it's a reaction, it's commentary, it's all of these things. How many can I select? Because it's not a promotional video. It's not a remix or mashup. It's a reaction. It's sort of an educational video. It's entertainment because I'm trying to be engaging because I like to be myself and I like to feel like being an outlandish person who swears and does funny things and says funny stuff and has a good time is entertaining. So it's entertainment. Everything's entertainment if you like it enough. It's not a news report. It's a non-profit use, yeah. It's a review and it's commentary. So I don't know. Like there's so many things I wanted to... It's a reaction video. It's called Reaction. Look, Let's Go Crazy Prince Raw Multitrack Stems Reaction. It's a reaction. Why is your use of the claimed content an example of fair use required? Now I actually did this exact thing on the Facebook one, and we're going to type that out in a moment. Actually, let's do that now. Let's type. Why is your use of the claimed content an example of fair use? I have modified the original content by playing the individual instrument tracks separately to analyze their sonic qualities. Spell your wanker. Sonic qualities. Okay. How do you spell separately? There's an A there instead of the E. Separately to analyze their sonic qualities and to better understand how the artist compiled the song. I've modified the original content by playing the individual instrument tracks separately to analyze their sonic qualities and to better understand how the artist compiled the song. I have never played the entire song in full and have only played small sections of the song to illustrate how the piece comes together. We've got 2,000 words here, so we can really go ham on this one. Okay, what else? I have also... what else have I done? How else do we talk about this? Let's just go back and have a quick look. I've modified the original content by playing the individual instrument tracks separately to analyze their sonic qualities and to better understand how the artist compiled the song. Okay, we'll use a little break there. I've never played the entire song in full, and I've only played small sections of the song to illustrate how the piece comes together. What else can we put in here? I think we really don't really need to say too much else realistically. I mean, like, if you have to try to make something up, then you're probably not going to be right. But yeah, look, this is an entertainment and somewhat educational reaction video designed to inspire others to create their own works and understand that it is possible to how do I want to say this? Understand that it is possible to build something great from a basic foundation. Okay, we can work on that. That's totally fine. We're up the submit page, but yeah, I'll go through and I'll edit that off there and see if there's anything else we need to put in there. Please review the statement below and check the boxes to agree. My video does not infringe anyone's copyright. Well, I mean, is that true? Does it infringe their copyright? I understand that the claimant will be able to review my video and dispute rationale. I do understand that. I understand that filing fraudulent disputes may result in termination of my YouTube account. I do understand that. I mean, they want me to answer this. My video does not infringe anyone's copyright. I mean, does it infringe the copyright? Does it infringe the copyright? I mean, this is part of the thing. This is where the legal stuff is kind of loopholey and stuff like that. Does it infringe the copyright? Well, what does that mean? Am I stealing from the artist by using this? Am I trying to claim that it is my own? No, I don't think that I am trying to claim that it is my own. I am very, very, and they say this earlier on, you can't just say I gave the artist credit. I'm very, very distinctly saying that I do not own and did not write the song Let's Go Crazy, Special Dance Mix by Prince and the Revolution. I did not write that song, and I'm not trying to claim in any way that it is my original content and that I own the copyright in any way whatsoever. Did I infringe their copyright? Did I intentionally seek to infringe their copyright? No. Have I infringed their copyright? I don't believe so. I don't believe I have. Tick. I'm going to sign that. I'll do that off the off screen. But I just wanted to give you a quick look at how the copyright process, which I think is a very important process, and I really, really believe in it. I think that it's a very important thing to have. But I just wanted to give you a look at what happens when you do these kind of things and you want to kind of just, yeah, we're just having a good time. This isn't like too much work because I actually enjoy this stuff. Isn't it cool that Warner at some stage has seen the video that I made? I mean, that'll count for one view, right? And hopefully, and this is the thing, is these guys aren't bad. Everyone gives shit to the big record labels. They're not bad people. They're just trying to protect their interests. I mean, you know, get involved with these people and these industries as deep as you feel you can handle. That's totally fine. I mean, but they're not going to come knocking on your door unless you're exceptional, and that's why they exist, is because they can do things for you that you couldn't do on your own. You know, I'm not really seeking to deal with anyone in any official capacity, but if Warner ever came to me and said, hey, you know what, we enjoy what you're doing and we'd like you to do more of that, here's access to all of Prince's stuff or to all of whoever's stuff, I'd be like, okay, I'm interested. Okay, we can talk about this. I would be absolutely for my own giddy excitement of learning more and seeing things that I feel like are a little bit behind the curtain. You know what I mean? A little bit of magic, a little bit of woo. How did they do that? I want to have that wonder of being able to feel like I'm a special person who's been able to listen to these things, and I want to share that, and I want you to have that as well. I want you to know that this is cool, hey guys, this is a bit naughty, we're not supposed to hear it this way, but how cool is it that we can? That's what I want. That's all I've ever wanted. I just want to feel wonder, like, you know, we lose that so much, like when we fall into having to work and we fall into having to, you know, do all these things that we didn't know we were going to have to do, and we lose the wonder and we lose the fun, and then it just chips away and we forget about our passions and we just fall into our worlds of trying to buy houses and grow lettuce and all this kind of things that we didn't really expect were going to be a problem for us. what can I say? Thanks so much, GFY. Make something. You can. Every second you don't is a second you could have. Thanks so much. Bye. So what actually happened? We've made our thingo. I did change up that at the end there. I changed up the actual written message that I had to write to those people, and then it's been a while now. I got a few emails saying that the thing's under review. I've still got Mariah Carey up there. Let's just get rid of her for the moment. Just finished the Mariah episode if you haven't seen that one. Now we go over to the window and we can see Let's Go Crazy, Prince Multitrack, stems and recording here, and it's got no restrictions. It's currently unlisted. So what goes on now? We can list this. We can set this up schedule it as a premiere. Now today's the 13th. Now I want this one to come out on the 15th on the Friday because that's when I want this out. So we can set this as a premiere now. We can set the premiere up. If you haven't seen this before, I can choose what I want. Let's go dramatic. So we can go dramatic for 3 minutes, and then this is what will happen. It shows you a preview of what's going to happen with the premiere. So it gives you like 3 minutes of being really dramatic, and then it shows the actual episode. We can, let's get a zoom in on that for no reason at all. Save that one, and we can finally schedule this video for release now that it hasn't got anything on there. But what it did have on there, like for example, something else that has a copyright claim, Genie in a Bottle, you can see the details there. It says your video is ineligible for monetization due to a copyright claim. And it tells you everything about it, like you saw in the other video. And it just tells you that it's blocked in all territories or whatever. But now it has no restrictions whatsoever. I do wonder if that means it's lifted the monetization. I don't want the monetization, but I wonder if it's lifted the monetization restriction. I don't know if it has, but I'm never going to try to make money out of Prince. Prince is so great. I'm happy to give him my money, for the rest of my life, just because he's not around anymore. But yeah, otherwise, thank you all for always watching and always being supportive. There are now, there's unlisted videos I don't want you to see. There are now over 40 episodes so far of this garbage I started to do just as a bit of like self-therapy, which is why you hear me say at the end of every episode to have a glass of water and go and have a chat to your mates, because some people forget to do that and it doesn't end well for them. So enjoy those things while you're around. And especially enjoy listening to some Prince, because you should. But yeah, thanks for coming and checking this one out, and thank you to Warner and thank you to the Prince Estate for reviewing this and letting it slip through so people can enjoy this genius's works once more in a different capacity, in perpetuity all across the universe. The artist, huh? Thanks so much, everyone. Stay tuned and click in one of the corners for the video, and enjoy the Prince Let's Go Crazy breakdown. Be good to each other. Bye.